What is going on, Champion Squad? It is your boy Sultan. Welcome faces back to another Apex Legends video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to get high kill squad games. Thank you for joining me, and let's get into the video. Getting 30 or more total squad kills can be a challenge and requires a lot of communication. So today I'll be going over 5 tips to help you get high kill games with your squad, so be sure to stick around. If you're new here, subscribe and join the Champion Squad. Here you'll find some of the best Apex tips to make you an even better player. Now let's get into some solid high kill squad tips. Alright legends, before I jump into the tips, I do want to say that this video is aimed to help you and your squad get as much kills as possible, as well as a guide to help unlock the highest tier of the teamwork badge, which is 10 kills for each player on the team. With that said, let's get right into the first tip I have, which is playing with a full pre-made squad. A 3-man squad with everyone having microphones is crucial when going for the teamwork badge. Communication needs to be at an all-time high if you're trying to get high kill squad games. This helps with rotation, splitting loot, and overall in-game callouts. Especially with skill-based matchmaking and casual matches, getting a pre-made squad is pretty much a must-have to win a majority of the games, never mind getting high kills. But getting every teammate to 10 kills is really hard if you can't communicate with them. So if you are generally a solo player, try and build relationships with recent players that you come across that are around the same skill level as you. Or if there are any looking for group features that you can get a hold of, I would recommend doing so. The badge itself is literally called teamwork for a reason, so without a doubt you would need to be playing in sync with your team to get the badge. Okay champions, now let's get into the second tip I have, which is to have good rotations. Apart from a good drop choice, which easily needs to be a place where most players are dropping at, having good rotations is the best way to come across the most enemy players. Now I get this comment asked frequently, and it's what is a good rotation? Well, to start, a good rotation is being mindful of high action areas and where the safe zone is closing in at. Hands down, some of the consistent high action locations are Capital City, Train Yard, Sorting Factory, and Fuel Depot. So if you are not exactly in one of these locations, definitely make a plan to get to those areas if you want to encounter more enemies. On top of all of that, each game is different since the dropship flies over the map at different points from the start of every game. So before and while dropping to your first location, pay attention to where majority of the players are landing. This gives you a better idea if you should rotate to that area. Even though Sorting Factory is a high action landing choice, some games it can be an absolute ghost town. So be mindful of where other players are choosing to land even if you're not going there. The next thing I want to touch on is local gunfire. Always make an attempt to hunt down any local gunfire that you hear. Most times other enemy teams are thinking the exact same thing, so 2 squads fighting can lead to 3 to 4 in a matter of minutes. Now let's get into the third tip I have, which is to have a 20 bomb mindset. If you've watched any of my 20 bomb guides, take that advice and transfer it to the team and make a team effort. Getting 30 squad kills might not sound too hard, but when you're going for it, you will understand the challenge of encountering that many players during the match. Right off the rip, you and your team should have a different mindset when going for the badge. From start to finish, everyone needs to be on their toes on clearing out enemy squads as fast as possible with only making very few and small mistakes. If your teammate dies, it can easily cost the game from getting the badge. And in the game you guys are actually watching, Sweatband does unfortunately get killed completely, but clutching up and getting the res at a local res beacon can still have you in line with getting the badge if you're lucky enough. However, limiting the amount of times any of your teammates gets knocked, never mind getting fully killed, is the best way to get this badge. So always coordinate team pushes and stick together as a team. It should be played similar to a ranked game in terms of covering your teammates when they are low, so that way they don't get pushed, and vice versa. Call out whenever you are one shot and need assistance. It's crucial for a teammate to be able to get to you to take on some damage while you can get a battery or a med kit off. With that said, let's get right into the fourth tip I have, which is to loot quick and share the loot. This is probably the most important tip of the video, but improving your loot time and grabbing only the essentials to move on to the next squad is crucial. Coming across 30 enemy players can only be done if you are constantly rotating and on the hunt for the next squad. Be quick when looting and always remember to share loot if your teammates need anything. What I like to do with my squad is constantly, after eliminating a team, always ask around with how many batteries and ammo your teammates have. Sharing the loot equally gives you the best chances of surviving as a pack. Don't be a loot hoarder. Split the loot up and have faith in your teammates to use the items that you share with them. If you ever need anything, don't be afraid to ask your squad. However, use common sense when you're asking asking for items. If it's early game, don't constantly ask for items that your teammates probably don't have. It gets somewhat annoying being a needy player. Learning to fend for yourself as much as possible will help keep the games run a little smoother, but sparing batteries and ammo can most times help your teammates survive the next fight. But the best thing to take from this tip is to not shop around death boxes. If all players on your team have the same loot time, nobody will be holding up the team on trying to find and fight the next squad. And finally, legends, moving on to the fifth and final tip I have, which is to use teamwork and stick together. If you have watched my recent gameplay where we went for the 30 squad kills, you'll notice constantly throughout the match we are always keeping track of how many kills we all have, so that way we can split up the kills as best as possible. This is because all the players on the team needs 10 kills each to get the highest tier of the teamwork badge. It's better for everyone on the team to have similar kills throughout the entire match. This puts less stress on every teammate during endgame. If you have a teammate that needs around 4 to 5 kills towards the end of the game, it comes down to them not choking while other teammates are distractions. Basically, it can be a nightmare for the last player on your team to finish up their 10 total kills if they fall behind drastically. So always try and distribute the kills as best as possible if you have the chance to do so. I also want to stress that it's more important to stay together when going for this badge, especially with skill-based matchmaking. It's not worth having everyone split up and venture off solo for the kills. It'll be too risky since one small mistake can ruin the entire game. So sticking together and getting quick and clean squad wipes will give you the best chances of getting this badge. Nevertheless, be sure to take all the tips into consideration the next time you and your squad are going for any high kill games or going for the teamwork badge. We also recently just hit 25k on the channel, and in celebration I'm doing a Q&A video for the milestone. To ask a question, just check out my community feed on my channel and comment a question on the recent post I have up. I'll be answering anything from Apex to real life, so just shoot your shot. Thank you guys for spending a couple minutes every day with me. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like rating. It is always appreciated. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, this has been your boy Sultan, and I'm signing off. Peace.